All right, last video for the day. Let's talk about the Jews. Let's talk about the Jews real quick. And this new song by Kanye, by Ye, okay, Y-E, Heil Hitler. Listen, man, it's a catchy song. It's a catchy song, my Jews. It's a catchy song. I remember I listened to it and I was like, "This," and it is catchy. And you can't be walking down the street singing Heil Hitler. That's great. That's madness. Listen, Kanye, yay! I don't even know what to say. As a humanitarian, as a person who's all about humanity, like obviously I have to defend Jews. Obviously, Jewish people, like all groups of people, have corruption. Okay, they always have. Everybody has bad cookies, some more than others. You know, obviously some more than others. But Jewish people are no exception. And so the problem with Jewish people, I mean, obviously it's up in the upper echelons, but the thing is, like, you can't paint all people with one brush. And I see the hatred that the Jews are receiving, and like again, the humanitarian in me, it bothers me. I don't think that any group of people should be hated or discriminated against or attacked. And all Kanye did was make a song, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, I think the reason why Jewish people, well, there's a lot of reasons. You know what? This video is a message for the Jewish people because we don't know anything about you. So of course there's going to be a lot of conspiracies regarding the Jews. Jewish men and women are men and women apart from the rest of society. They are very clandestine. They're very clandestine people. Jewish people have their own schools. They have their own stores. Right? You've never gone to school with a Jewish person. They all have their own private schools. And another thing is we don't know anything about their religion or what they believe. We have some certain things that they say, but it's not like Jewish people are trying to recruit anybody. So there's a bunch of red flags because Jewish people are too secretive. They say that they're God's chosen people. God's chosen people, but you're not trying to recruit anybody. You're not trying to make other people Jews. You're not trying to get people to follow you. That's a red flag. That's a giant red flag. Because I would think that God's chosen people would try to be leaders and try and guide the rest of the people on the earth and into goodness. But Jewish people are like, nah, we're good, which is a major red flag. So then it raises the question, like, who is your God? Because that doesn't make any sense. But like I said, Jewish people, very clandestine. We don't know anything about them. They're not trying to recruit people. They have their own schools. They have their own stores. And they really only do business with each other. It's peculiar. It's not, I don't want to say it's like uncommon or that it's unusual, but it does raise some eyebrows, especially just based off of the fact that so many Jewish people are in media and are in banks. The Jewish community holds an incredible amount of influence. All over the globe, they are involved in major companies, okay, conglomerates. And it's not like it's all concentrated in Israel in one country. They're all over the planet, in the States, in Canada, in Europe. Jewish people hold an incredible amount of influence in government. A lot of the things that Jewish people have influence over, a lot of people have disagreements with, like the government, like the media, and possibly even education. I don't know how many Jews are involved in top positions in education, but certainly Jewish people control and have a large influence over, in the States especially. This brings me back to the state of Israel, which, in my opinion, should not even exist. The Jews and the Jewish community, I'm going to call Jewish people white. As far as I'm concerned, Jewish people are white. And so the Jewish state of Israel, the country Israel, to me is a great demonstration of racism played out on a global stage. There have been lots of genocides throughout history, and those people did not get their own country. The state of Israel should not exist, and I think it only exists because Jewish people have so much influence and they're white. The state of Israel, I don't care, World War II, they said the Holocaust, okay, fine. That doesn't mean you get your own country. Black people, forget about slavery and that whole mess. Forget about that. Let's talk about the Native Americans. Let's talk about the Aboriginal peoples of the Americas. Native people did not get their own country after the genocide that they've received from the Europeans. And as far as I'm concerned, until Native people, the Aboriginal peoples of the Americas, get their own country, Israel should not exist. Let the Native Americans get their own country first. And you might be saying, oh, well, Canada and the US, they gave the Aboriginals some land. Listen to me. Giving Native Americans land is not the same as giving them their own country, which is backed by the most powerful military and economic entity, the United States. It is not the same thing. Okay, giving giving a group of people some land versus giving them their own country where they can make their own laws and have their own military, it is not the same thing. Okay, the state of Israel should not exist. Plain and simple. Don't care what anybody says. Until the Native Americans get their own. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about, again, like I said, Heil Hitler. I don't know what Kanye is doing, man. That song is catchy, and it's not a good look on behalf of Black people. You can't be doing that. Listen to me, man. Like I was saying, there is corruption in all groups. You're going to have, and you can't paint a group of people all with one brush. I have seen there are good Jews, there are wise Jews. Like, my allegiance is not to Black people or to white people or to Hispanics. My allegiance is to God first, then humanity, the wise members of humanity. Okay, and I see a lot of wise Jewish men. I've seen wise Jewish rabbis condemn what Israel has been doing to Gaza. I've seen Jews defend Gazans and condemn what Israel is doing.
It is not the difference of religions which is causing this conflict. The state of Israel does not represent all Jews, and certainly does not represent the Jewish religion. According to Jewish religion, all of this is criminal. All of this is forbidden. Basics of Jewish belief teaches that Jews are in a divinely decreed exile. We are even forbidden to create a sovereignty for ourselves. But especially when this is by killing, stealing, oppressing an entire people. This is not only criminal according to international law. This is a true violation of Judaism.
There are wise Jews, there are good Jewish people. And so the hatred that they get, I mean, understandable. It's a complex problem. And I hate to see the Jewish people just be attacked the way that they're getting attacked and discriminated against. It's always disheartening to me. For any group of people, even some groups I disagree with, I don't want anybody to be attacked and ostracized and completely discriminated against. Well, as I said, it's disheartening. But anyways, there are just a lot of questions that need to be answered from Jewish people. We need some transparency because we don't go to school with Jewish people. We don't really learn anything about Jewish people, as I've said. There needs to be some transparency. And like I said, they don't do any recruiting. They control a significant portion of the media. And yet, we don't see any positive imagery of Jewish people. If Jewish people truly have this large influence in the media, which they do, why do we not see a bunch of positive imagery? We don't hear about Jewish donations. We don't hear anything about the Jews in Jewish media. We do have, some very famous Jewish people like Jon Stewart or that rabbi who's on Piers Morgan, Rabbi Shmuley. I don't know his name. But yeah, there's no positive imagery. Jewish people are largely behind the scenes, and they control they have a lot of influence. They're usually the executives, like on shows and like on Family Guy. They're a lot of times they're joke writers. It's very strange. Very strange. Jewish people, we need to know more about you. You need to come you need to come to the cookout. You need to do something, and Jewish people are super smart. And they do have this influence over the media, and yet the PR for them is terrible. Or maybe it's done on purpose. Again, a lot of questions need to be answered. Anyways, I want to end with this message. Jewish people are human beings. And that's all I'm going to say. They're human beings, and they have faults just like everybody else. and they've been through things and they have a past, and they shouldn't all be painted with one brush, although they do hold an incredible amount of influence. Too much. And it's not, I mean, it would be fine if it was concentrated and limited, but it's far reaching and global. And there's no transparency. A lot of bank dealings, government dealings, and media dealings for that matter are crowded in secrecy. So I would recommend transparency if at all possible. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into this problem of people being distrusting of the Jews. That's just the way it's gonna go. Anyways, that's my take on the whole Kanye. It's a very catchy song, my Jews. It's a very catchy song. Yeah, don't paint a group of people with one brush. Again, they're a bad like the only negative piece of Jewish media I've ever seen, and that story has been completely buried. I swear there were Jews that were like coming out of a tunnel in New York City. I don't know what that story was about or what was going on. It hasn't been followed up. I haven't seen anything about it since. I'm gonna try and search that up after this video. Anyways, very strange, very strange. Too much influence, way too much influence, and not enough transparency. Anyways, that's all. That's it. That's all.